What's up? It's your boy TeKRaJ, and I'm back for another player review. This time it's MUT 19. And you guys know I love running backs, so we're going to jump straight into running backs, because even though you can get one just off of the campaign solos, some of you may choose to get another player other than LaShawn McCoy. So this Alvin Kamara is going to have 83 speed, 87 acceleration, 87 agility. He's going to have 86 elusiveness, and then 85 break tackle. Now, the carrying at 79 was kind of a worry for me, and so was the overall speed. I've seen a couple other running backs that have a lot more speed, and I think this year, especially with how weird like the run stick works, those things were always a problem. Now, he's not going to be the best blocker. He's going to be a really good jumper, and as you can see right here, you have the special move stats. I think the one to focus on is that juke move. His juke move is pretty good, but also he's going to have a really good spin as well. Now, his stamina is a little lower, but in this year's game, you can pair that up with a pretty good power runner and be in pretty good shape. Specifically me, I've actually paired him up with Leonard Fournette, but that's going to be something for another player review. Now, as always, I like to compare the players that I'm going to be playing with to players of similar rating. And the first ones that I'm going to show you are actually players, as you can see, that are like within the same price range as well. So this Kamara is going to pretty much stack up well against all of them. People may be a little bit faster, but if you see, he has 87 acceleration, which really helps out. The 87 agility is also a pretty good thing as well. When I first started out, I had this Melvin Gordon that was a lot faster, but I felt like Alvin Kamara actually had the total package. The best thing about this card too is the fact that he's only 41,000 coins. You know, around that fact. I'm comparing him now to the higher tier of running backs. Now, all these running backs are about twice as expensive as Alvin Kamara. They're going to be around like 80 to 90,000 at the making of this video on Xbox Market. And as you can see, Alvin Kamara stacks up pretty well against him. So this is going to be the squad that I'm running with right now. Remember, guys, always remember to like and subscribe if you want more player reviews, and make sure that you guys give me ideas on who you guys want to see. Now, the first thing I wanted to test out was speed, and as you can see right here, he did have pretty good bursts at times. There's not many running backs out there that are actually going to like run away from the competition, but Kamara was pretty good as far as that goes. I noticed that his spin was rather weak. Now, granted, if you just timed it perfectly and you had a really good run stick, then you were going to get pretty good, you know, spins here and there, but for the most part, it's not something that you should really go to. Now, another thing, if you guys didn't know this, if you actually double tap, so tap the right trigger and then hold it, you'll actually get more of a speed burst than what you usually will. This run right here is a perfect example of him being able to actually put on the jets, but then also a really good example of seeing how he can get caught up. Right there when you saw that final burst of speed, I actually did the double tap speed burst trick there. Now, I didn't have too many fumbles at first, and you're not going to see a lot of them here, but it was, I think, definitely because I was trying to avoid like hard hit sticks as much as I could. I think fumbling overall is a problem just across the board, but as you can see there, another thing I really like about him, and maybe this is agility, help me out for those of you guys that have really studied or seen videos on the actually special moves and traits, but these little cuts, and I'm talking about the cuts that you actually use with the left stick. Right there, you saw really good speed. Like the really good cuts that you use with the left stick, he breaks in and out of them very good, and that makes him super deadly. You know, the thing about a running back in this year's game is before it was just like speed, that's what we're going for, but to be honest with you, what you want more is somebody that's agile enough to be able to get in and out of cuts, and that can also specialize in a certain special move, not truck because it's rather weak this year, so that you can avoid tacklers. Sheds are a lot more effective in this year's game, so that makes running the ball a lot harder. But as you can see right here, once again, spin move was pretty good, but that's because I was just able to time it. So he's actually going to shake people out of their boots. You don't have pretty much anybody with the unshakable trait right now, and even for people that you'd be able to kind of put it on, it's too much training for you to even try to do it. Right there, tight roping the sideline, that was an amazing little run here. There, as you see there, that actually was not a juke. That was literally just a left thumbstick cut inside, and then I was able to use a pretty good spin move. Now, the highlights that you're seeing are actually the better spin moves from what I had, so I don't really want to judge it as far as that goes. But let me tell you, this right here was one of the worries. I was able to show you guys one of the fumbles there. I had a lot more fumbles when I was not recording, just off of big hits that really worried me. But where this card shines is with the Jukes. That's going to make up for the top end speed lacking that this card has. Once you start actually getting comfortable with his Jukes, he shakes people out of their boots. So many times I had times where I felt like I was bottled up and I was able to really shake people. When you get comfortable with actually, you know, one cuts with the left stick, like right there, and then you actually combine Jukes, I'm telling you right now, he's really unstoppable. The other thing that I really noticed is after a juke is when I had a lot of my broken tackles. And it's something that consistently happened. The good thing is also he'll go in and out of Jukes really quickly. So not only will he shake somebody, but then he'll be able to go back to top speed. Right here, double tap right trigger. And let me tell you, even though he has 83 speed with right now the current kind of phase that we're in MUT and how fast defenders are, he's a really good option. Now, if you did the campaign solos and you got LeSean McCoy, is he good enough for you to actually drop LeSean McCoy to get him? I don't think so. I don't have LeSean McCoy on my team, so I wasn't able to compare, but I think this is a really good option if, let's say, you went with the Ben Roethlisberger, and I'll give you my opinion later on that campaign, Ben Roethlisberger, or if you had just another running back, a quarterback, I mean, like maybe you have some other quarterback and you said, hey, you know what, I'm not really worried about LeSean McCoy, or even if you wanted just a backup to LeSean McCoy, I think he's a perfect fit. I don't really see too many other running backs outside of maybe like Tevin Coleman in his price range that I would rather go to. Anyway, guys, that's my review for here. Go ahead and give me suggestions for who else you want to see. I've been really wanting to try out Steve Young, and I also found a lot of cover 3 and cover 4 beaters. That single back tight slots beats a whole bunch of coverages just like in Madden 16. So I'm anxious to show you guys some bomb squad plays with some fast receivers and a heavy arm quarterback. Anyway, don't forget to like, subscribe if you're new, but most importantly, take care of yourself. Peace.